Okay, welcome to another episode of Create VR. Now today we're going to start on a very exciting journey, basically actually creating an environment, a nice looking one, hopefully, from scratch. So, let me just enter into my world. Now, as you can see, we kind of have stuff all lying around. We are working on getting a reset or delete button at least to remove these things. But for now, let's just say I'm actually going to create like a jungle-like environment with a cave and with some animals roaming around. That's my plan. Now, if you're ever confused or need some inspiration to create your scene, when you're in Gear VR, there should be an option like outside of Create VR, of course, to basically access the internet browser in VR, and you can actually search for inspiration, maybe like jungle scene or movie scene and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm gonna make this possible, and since we don't have a delete button yet, what I'm gonna do is basically get rid of those things that I don't need in my scene right now. So I'm gonna basically hide all these. I'm gonna swap them out for something else. So my jungle, I definitely need, well, I do want an ocean. Let me just see if I have that out there. No? Okay, so for those of you who haven't unlocked this yet, bear with me. And now I have my ocean, yay! Okay, now get rid of bacteria, we don't want that yet. And I'm gonna change it for something like a rock. I'm just gonna keep swapping them out first, and then kind of design and lay them out proper. So I'm gonna just swap them out for things that I need, like earth. Okay, oops, my bad. I don't really need this seed. Let me just put this here. Unfortunately, that fire is way too below ground for me to get rid of. Hopefully there will be a delete button later, so oops, not what I intended. Okay, maybe I'll just bring out, looks like I don't have a tree. Okay, we will create that later. Let's just bring out a bunch of boulders right now. Okay, I wonder if I can even get rid of this. No? Oh well. Alright, I'm not gonna touch this because I really like this. It looks really nice, isn't it? So, I'm not gonna touch that. I might pick up a bunch of other stuff that's just lying around, like my weapons. Just swap them out for things that I know I will use. Okay, now that one looks pretty fugly. I'm gonna get rid of this. I don't need a wheat yet. Gonna pick the earth. Gonna teleport. Swipe right to teleport. Put my stuff here. I don't need the steam. It would be cool if I create a geyser, wouldn't it? Using the lava and the steam. But anyway, back to the original point. Swapping things out in my scene that I don't need until the delete or reset button is created. Oh, look at a nice ocean. Okay, I don't want this. Looks ugly. I don't like ugly things. Okay. Alright. I'll put my boulder here. Oops, my bad. Can't get more land space, unfortunately. Okay. And I'm gonna swap this out for another boulder. Alright, so let's just start with the basics, or the simple one first. Basically, because I have a bunch of crazy boulders just flying around the air, I'm going to create my cave. Now, usually you would start with a blank canvas, but you know, as mentioned, I already went so far ahead and create all these weird little scenes. So I'm just gonna start with what I have. Okay, I'm gonna create a cave with water inside. And then some trees surrounding me and animals and stuff like that. Okay, so now I have this rather kind of setup. Now I know some of you don't have this, so I'm gonna actually, I might dismantle it to start from scratch. But what you would do basically is just go close to wherever you wanna basically put your item, and then just drop it there and start creating your scene. I might move stuff around. I'm gonna pick up my boulder that's flying in the air right now. Oh, what, a lot of boulders flying in the air. Did I actually do that? I can't believe it. Okay, so Now for those of you who haven't figured it out, if you see like a little red no entry sign, it just means that you can't go there and it's not enough space. So for now, I'm just gonna lay my items next to one another. Now you can actually put things on top of another object. So if you just hover, instead of press and holding, you just tap on it on your Gear VR device and it should just allow you to place it on top. Okay, I'm gonna move my water, I'm gonna move my water aside. If I can pick it up, it'd be great. Give me a second. Okay, I'm gonna move you somewhere here first, just to get you out of the way and start building my little cave. I did not have steam right there. I will get rid of that steam too. I have no idea how I even got this steam. I will swap this out with a rock. Now, how about something cool? I mean, we are looking for realistic things, yes. But what if I actually increase the size of my rock? Make it look like a boulder. So swipe down for the manipulation tools, and I'm just going to increase the scale of my rock to make it similar to a boulder. So basically I have a really colorful cave. So I'm just going to increase that scale right there to almost the size of a boulder, and then I'm going to swipe down, or actually going to just hover with this and close this button right here. Right. Now it might be a little bit tough, but I'm gonna basically use the translate tool to move my thing, since I have issues putting it on top sometimes. Maybe get a little bit closer so I can do that. It's too large for me? Oh, I see. Okay. So it's much tougher than I imagined, just like in real life. I'm trying to create a cave in real life. Alright. Move my things out of the way. I'm gonna start creating the back first. So now feel free to do whatever you want, but just know that you can basically endlessly scale, transform, rotate, etc. your elements however you wish. So let's just say if you have an issue reaching to the top, like I can't teleport on top of my boulder. Initially we could, but now we can't. What you can always do is just bring out the manipulation tools and then scale up your element and move it with those tools. I could also rotate this, and there you go. Just gonna pick up more of my flying boulders. I have no idea how those got there, to be honest. Okay, I'm gonna scale those too. Gonna start creating my cave, putting it into action. I might pick that bird up and change it for a boulder, but anyway. Let's see how things looking. Okay. I'm gonna bring in more rocks because now that rock looks pretty lonely. Gonna pick that up. Actually, let me find all my rocks. I'm pretty sure there you go. I see a bunch of rocks right there. I'm just gonna pick up all my rocks and bring it to me. You don't even have to actually move close to where you want to put it. You can just basically gaze at a point where you want to put it. Just bring it right there. Oops, floating rock. And I might also need some earth, so I'm gonna pick up all my earth elements and kind of just consolidate them together. Might swap this out for earth. Oops, my bad. So you kind of like bring all your clay together, your little toys, putting it in one area so that you can actually design it better. That's what I would do anyway. So since I already have them all over the place. Alright, swap them out for actually rock or earth again. Let's do that. We might use mud, but I'm gonna actually just go over here and put it together with the other mud that I'm seeing. There you go. What is this? A coal? Looks like this is something too. Oh, I see. Alright. Change it for rock. Just gonna put all of them together. Another earth element. I wonder, most likely something happened here, but either way, pick up this fern, change it for another rock, and there you go, some basic building blocks ready to start creating. Move this water aside. Okay. Alright, now let's get crazy. Okay, I have all my rocks over here, my earth elements over here. I'm gonna start building my little cave. Actually, I might even take more of these earth elements here and just put it together so you can see what I mean by collecting all your elements and put it into one spot. Now, of course, if you don't have them in a scene and you just have a blank canvas, it's easier. You just swipe up to bring up the wall of elements and then pick what you want. But for now, because I have all these things all over the place, basically that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to pick up this boulder right here. And it looks like a tiny little boulder. Actually, now this looks like a rock with a heavy sound. Okay, so I'm going to basically go close to my rocks. I'm going to scale them up. Now the cool thing about this tool is you can scale multiple things at multiple times as long as you're gazing at the right element. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm kind of just scaling things all over the place. Woohoo! Haha! Okay. Look at all that detail on this rock. Scaling it all over the place. Okay, that looks like a reasonable size. I'm going to pick it up. Basically put it together or like fill that hole right there. Now if I can't exactly fill it properly, I would use my manipulation tools again and use the transform to basically move this or actually just scale this up too. You can do that. You can also rotate to fill up the hole if you want. For now, I think I'm good. I'm gonna just rotate this back to its original position. There you go, and I just filled up that hole. Now those things are intended to intersect, so it's not by accident, it is by design that those elements are meant to intersect. Now this cave is looking very ugly with the rock, but well, I mean, you get the picture. I'm basically creating a really ugly looking cave. Okay, so I'm gonna basically now put my rock here to create the back of the cave. And I'm gonna scale it up. Swipe down, scale up my rock. I wonder how far we can go. Well, I guess as large as you want it to be. You can even create a giant cave made out of one giant rock if you want. So I'm just gonna scale it. And then I'm gonna move it. Just to fill up that hole. I could sink it to the ground if I want to do that. So I could actually have something that intersects with the ground, make it a little bit more supposedly realistic. Looks like it's getting a little bit too large. Alright. Okay. It does look really ugly, doesn't it? Alright. Well. Gonna just bring this down again. So it's really a game of patience sometimes, you know? It's not really that simple as you might think. Maybe I've not enough room for my little water puddle right there because I'm running out of land space. Should I have actually moved this a little bit further? We can do that. We can just have this as a back wall. I'm just pick up another boulder. Put this again. Now there's a hole there. Sometimes you need to move closer to your creation in order to basically set that up. Okay. That's a really weird square thing right here. Alright. So, I'm gonna put more rocks. I'm gonna scale up my rocks. Okay. Well, alright. So, pick this up. Kind of just try to push it in there. Oops, my bad. Pick up the wrong thing. Alright. Now I guess in order to fix the issue of there being out of land space, I'm gonna basically move my boulders up forward. I'm not gonna pick them up and do that. That's a little bit too much in my opinion. It'll take too much time. So what I'll do basically is just create newer layers up front. So I'll do that right now. Swipe down. I'm gonna rotate this just to give it a little bit more variety. And maybe I'll scale this up a little bit. Pick this up. Okay. Put this right here. Again. Creating my little cave. Scale. So remember, sometimes you have to move closer in order to put your stuff on an element. Well, that was fun. It totally reset my rotation, but anyway. Let's take a step back to admire my masterpiece for a moment. Okay, that looks... Haha. I'm gonna scale down that boulder. That's a little bit too large for my taste. There's a hole there that I'll plug it in. Actually, the easiest way to plug that in. Just gonna swipe down, bring up the scale. Scale one of these guys. Not this guy. The rock is getting unusually large. And I'm gonna basically transform this to cover the hole. There you go. Okay, so it's all about using your tools wisely. It's just like any other software. Except that this is not a software. It's a game. Okay. Alright, put this, well, let me see. Might be getting too close to where I plan to put this. And my little baby boulder. I'm gonna make it grow up. Oh, that was quick. Okay. My little baby boulder. Alright. Put this right here. Okay, that looks pretty large right now. Shrink you. Okay. Now you can see I'm starting to create my little cave, right? I can even go in here and look at my cave. I wish I could draw on it. That would be cool. Not yet. Alright, so now I'm gonna again increase my rocks. I might add some more boulders here in a second. Now for those of you who don't know how to get rock, we covered this in another earlier tutorial. Please check that out if you want to create your rock. But if not, you should have at least the boulder. It should not be too difficult to create that. You only need 2 basic elements to create the boulder at this point. The rock, you might have to go and check it out in one of our previous tutorials. Okay, let me just see if I plug that hole. Now I can see a little gap here. Oh, there's a huge gap here. Alright, another rock. La 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 la. Okay. As you can see, since the rock initially started as a really small element, it's gonna take a while to scale that up. But because the boulder is naturally large, that one is a little bit easier. As you recall, it scaled up pretty quickly. Okay, I'm gonna actually transform this in a little bit. Maybe rotate this. Give it a little bit of an edge right there. Okay. I have one more rock left. But it is not the last of it. I can have multiple. You can have as many elements as you want, as long as your phone can handle it for now. And yes, we are going to Oculus Rift soon, and we are also working on getting controllers, so it'll be much more easier for you. But for now, this is what we have to do. Watch a rock increase in size. Okay, pick this up. Let's see. My giant rock. That is floating in the air. Okay. Now, the transform tool is interesting because you can't just transform them any willy-nilly. You have to be looking at it in the right direction. So, literally, it's based on your view in VR as well. So if I did my movements here, and I moved it to the left, and if I move in front of this rock, and I bring out the manipulation tools, and I move to the left, you can see I'm moving back upwards when initially when I was looking at the other side, I was moving in a different direction. Just a heads up. Okay, I'm gonna rotate this guy. Maybe the other way around, yeah. Well, no, not this guy. Okay. It's starting to come together. Whew, man, that was heavy hard work, wasn't it? Moving things, moving boulders in VR. I'm sweating and breaking my bones right now. Okay, so I'm gonna bring up more boulders. It's gonna be the same monotonous work, but just to get a point across. We will be continuing on this on Twitch. So basically we're not gonna do 2 separate episodes. We're gonna do a continuous chronological episode. So if you wanna catch up and follow up on my continued creation of this cave, adding in the water and the mud and the earth and stuff like that, then follow us on Twitch as well, and we will be there showing our next episode that is related to this creation process. Okay, just a little bit more, and then basically I'll call it a day. Don't want to get too draggy. Did I pick up my boulder? I think I just put it right there. Haha. Okay. Let's see. What else do I not need? I want my clouds. They look nice. Okay, I don't need this break anymore. Can swap that out. Increase in the scale. Well, it looks like my mud is getting in the way. Or maybe my boulder is getting away. My water. Let's move this right here. My scene is starting to come alive! Yay! Okay, rotate my boulder. Maybe scale this up a little bit. And then I'm gonna be careful not to step on my earth. Seems like it's blocking my way anyway, so... Alright, I'm gonna transform this. Move in this direction so I can actually look at it and transform that accordingly. And this guy as well. Oops, wrong dude. Okay. It's starting to come together, my little cave. So, well, maybe a little rock right here would work. Let me just pick up that mud. And I'll change it for my rock. Okay, I'm gonna put this down here. And scale it while it's on the ground. It's always much easier to do that. Now, it'd be pretty cool if you basically start on the first frame of this video and then go all the way to the end and you see the drastic shift and change and progress in the environment. Basically, I had stuff all over the place and then now I have like a weird looking, ugly cave. Okay, it looks like this one I have to bring up the manipulation tools. And move this over here. I'm going to go in the other direction. Look at it from this way. And then move this in. Looks like I keep accidentally moving my boulder down there. Okay. A few more steps. That looks pretty good. Scale this up a little bit. And move this down. Huh. Okay. That looks okay to me. And I even have that contact shadow right there. Alright. So that is really about it. That's my cave. I'm so glad I'm finished with this cave. I might even continue building on this in our next episode on Twitch. But for now, hopefully you guys have fun. Once again, we are aiming to basically create a jungle scene with a cave and like a puddle of water, maybe even a stream if I can create that. So yes, again, have fun. Open beta is still open. That's why it's called open beta. And enjoy creating what's on your mind.